Hi guys, it's Leanne. I am here to talk about how to get started with your debt-free journey and budgeting. So we use the Dave Ramsey plan, and I'm on his website, daveramsey.com. And I'm just going to show you a few things that I personally like and that we use on his website. Under the show, it has a watch, a listen, a station finder, podcast, and it just is basically him on his show that you can see down here. He has special guests that come in and talk about financial advice. People call in to ask his personal advice, with how to get out of debt, personal bills that they have. And over here, as you can see, someone paid off $105,000 in 4 years. And just people calling in, excited, that they have successfully completed the plan and are now debt free. So it has like a diversity in the show that I really like, and it's very encouraging, especially if you're on the debt free journey, to know, people are similar to you, worse off than you financially, and everybody has, different struggles, but we are all doing it, based on his plan, and, it's working. It's working for a lot of people. Under the Get Started tab, I'm going to talk about the 7 baby steps that he talks about, how to get out of debt. So the first one is to have a $1,000 emergency fund. This $1,000 emergency fund, any extra money that you have, start off paying, everything bare minimum. Don't pay anything extra on your debt. Just pay the minimum payments, and any extra cash that you have, start putting that towards your $1,000 emergency fund. Once this $1,000 emergency fund is built, then you can move on to baby step number 2. But this $1,000 emergency fund is for, if a tire blows, if you, get a speeding ticket, if, a pipe busts, if you have to take your kid to the doctor and you don't have the copay. Little things like this to help you not use your credit card and to not take out any type of loan or debts while you're in the debt-free journey. So this is just a baby cushion. In step number 3, you actually start building a larger emergency fund, but this is just to help you get started. And anytime you deplete this $1,000 emergency fund, you are going to stop your debt snowball and replenish this fund, because you may have to tap into it a few times during your debt-free journey. So baby step number 2 is paying off debt, everything except the house. This is actually where TJ and I are. We are paying off our debt. We are doing the debt snowball, and just paying off bills. If you're following us, then we'll do updates. We just paid off one of our cars, which we're really excited about. So that's another debt that we have recently paid off due to the plan, and we paid it off rather quickly, and we're really excited about that. So moving on to step number 3. Number 3 is whenever you have a larger savings. This is your 3 to 6 month emergency fund. This is to ensure that you have a safety net, that you do not have to resort to credit cards if anything happens, if life happens, if someone gets sick and can't work, if someone gets laid off of their job, if someone if anything happens, that way that you guys are financially taken care of for at least 3 to 6 months until you guys can get back on your feet and you're not creating more debt for yourself. Step number 4 is whenever you actually start investing 15% of your household income into retirement, and he has a lot of resources on his website talking about retirement and the type of plans that would be best for you towards building your retirement fund. Baby step number 5 is please don't forget about your kids. Have a college fund started for your children. They're eventually most likely going to go to college. That way they're not stuck paying Sally Mae. You're not stuck paying Sally Mae. Don't be surprised. Have a plan for your kids and their financial future. Set them up for success, basically. And I love this. I love having a college fund for your children. I think this is really overlooked. So I love that he has that as step number 5. Step number 6 is pay off your home early. So if you have a house, or if you're going to purchase a house in the future, he suggests that you have a 15-year fixed mortgage to pay it off. And he also suggests that if you're going to purchase a home, try to have 20% down for your down payment towards your home purchase. It's just going to help you, keep debt at a minimum. And step number 7 is my absolute favorite. Build wealth and give. If you don't have debt, if you have money coming in that is yours, if you own everything and you owe no man, then you get to build wealth. Your income is your number one resource for building wealth and giving. You can't give if you don't have. And that's why I love it. I love the breakdown of the 7 baby steps. I think they're awesome. So moving on to the other tab that we use under the Get Started Budgeting and Dave's budgeting forms. I'm going to scroll down. And then under the budgeting form, he actually has 2. The bottom one is the irregular income budget, and the other one is the monthly cash flow plan for regular income. If you know every month what you're going to be making, this is the one you'll be using. Now, the irregular income form, if you have commission, if you have bonuses coming in, if you have a side job where you cut grass every 2 weeks and, it fluctuates from time to time, that's when you're going to use the irregular budget form. But we are going to focus on the monthly cash flow plan. This is what TJ and I use every month when we sit down and do our budget. So he has 4 steps to, break down the form for you, give you, his bullet points on how to use it. And so I'm going to go here. This is actually the first page that, you start your budgeting. So right here, he gives you a spot to go ahead and put your monthly take-home pay. And then he has a whole bunch of categories. This blue thing right here is actually an envelope. And, this is a good option for cash envelopes that he says to use. We actually, I think, use more envelopes than he suggests, but I don't think that's a bad thing. And he also gives, percentages. It is okay if you go over his suggested percentages, though I wouldn't go far. I wouldn't go 30% in food when he suggests 15. But if you are a family of 5 and you need, maybe 17% of your income to give your family a reasonable amount of food for the month, then I would say, yeah, that's okay, because it's going to vary from person to person, income to income. But the point of this form is to make sure you have a zero-based budget. That means whatever your income is, you're going to spend every dollar, every penny. Make sure every dollar and penny have a name. That's the whole point of this, to help you stay on track. So, and of course, at the very bottom, he has, debts and stuff. And your ultimate goal is to have a 0% debt because, we want to get out of debt. That's the whole point of, our journey, our personal journey. So, and then every month, we don't always use everything. Some months we just want to not go out to restaurants and we just want to take the money that we would be using for restaurants and we want to put it towards our debt. And we would also most likely do that for entertainment too. Vacation, it's a good suggestion if you know that you are going on a vacation in 6 months, to go ahead, get your total out, divide your total by 6 or however many months it is until your next vacation. And then every month, just put a little bit back for your vacation. That way you don't go into debt going into vacation and you have that cash to go on vacation and not feel guilty. It's okay to go on vacation as long as it's planned for, as long as it's budgeted for. Let's see. Now, of course, some of these won't apply to you if you don't have kids, if you don't have alimony, if you don't have subscriptions and stuff like that. So you can kind of add and take away, to the personal that you need that fits your lifestyle. And so, yeah, this is our budgeting form. It's really easy to use. Just have a plan, stick to it, make sure every dollar has a name. And I would also suggest that you do your monthly budget the end of the month before the first of the next month. So we usually do ours, this month is October, so the last week in October we will be doing our budget. sitting down using this form, crunching numbers for November's month. That way we'll have this, we know how much money we're bringing out of our envelopes to live in November, and that's it. It's really, really simple, and I hope this was helpful to you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Again, the website is daveramsey.com, and I hope you guys have a great day.